Hey guys, this is Wolf of Dimensions coming at you with a new evolution of Godzilla, finally the Millennium series, which is a very interesting series out of all the franchises. The main reason is because, first off, it spawns from a reaction to the new Godzilla that came out, or the American Godzilla that came out in '98, which was just bombed. And this new Godzilla was extremely different character wise because it featured something new. It featured a Godzilla that was green for once and had purple spines, as well as an orange heat ray, which all was uncharacteristic for Godzilla. And he seemed more animalistic. He wasn't as thoughtful or serious as the other ones were. Like the others, you could tell had somewhat of a conscience. Even the Heisei Godzilla set had somewhat of a conscience. This was declared because of his connection with Mickey, and also that Godzilla Jr. could possess this as well. Now, this Godzilla and most of the Godzillas in this Millennium series are very animalistic and are forces of nature, more of, and are just monsters, pure monsters. And as we move on, Godzilla vs. Gigan, not Godzilla vs. Gigan, Godzilla vs. Megagyrus, I'm sorry. Godzilla vs. Megagyrus, not much has changed. He's about the same, looks the same, everything's the same. So we're going to skip over that to GMK. Now, to me, I think GMK Godzilla is what Godzilla 2000 really should have been. A more updated version of the classic that looked awesome. He added elements of the new to the old. It's basically the original Godzilla died, just like the one, it's just like before in the Heisei series and the Showa series. The original Godzilla is dead, but his ghost returns from all the spirits who died in the Pacific War because people are forgetting what that war did, and they're forgetting the soldiers who fought in that war, which is a very horrible thing to do because history can repeat itself. So what these soldiers do is they form together to create the monster known as Godzilla, or I reference him as Ghost Godzilla because he literally is a spirit. And he goes around and he destroys Japan as payback for the forgetting of all the people who died senselessly over a stupid war. And, I really like his character arc. He's not my favorite, and not by a long shot, but out of the Millenniums, he probably is the best one to me, because I'm not as big as a fan of the Millennium series. But as we move on from that, we get to the 2002 to the 2003 Godzilla, which is actually the first time the Millennium series had a whole playthrough regularly. Again, it does spawn back to the original Godzilla movie. It's a direct sequel. But differently is that this Godzilla is not the original Godzilla. It is a new Godzilla that has spawned and has taken its place in the hierarchy. Now, Godzilla, the original Godzilla, does return in the form of Kiryu, which to me is pretty awesome. I love Kiryu. He's pretty cool, but we're not doing his evolutionary theory. The Godzilla in 2002 to 2003 returns to the blackish color he was, a blackish green even sometimes, and he's basically a more classic version of Godzilla 2000. He has the colorations of the original, he has the heat ray of the original, he's just more updated. So it's like an old classic is what you're watching. So he goes back to that form, and he does end up having a scar on his chest, which ends up being a weak point. So that's his Achilles heel is the scar on his chest because of how sensitive it is. Which makes it a pretty interesting character development. It shows that the Godzilla in that series has a weak spot, a very manageable weak spot, and everything. And now we move on to one of my favorites because of how he is and what he's like, Final Wars Godzilla. Goji, Final Wars Goji. Now, he's pretty cool to me because he stands as for everything Earth. He stands for the spirit of Earth, the fighting nature that Earth can give when you push on it. And he just shows that no matter what, good can still prevail. And the thing about Final Wars Goji is that he is the original Godzilla. He is the one that was attacked, except instead of killing him, they sealed him in ice. And he comes back and he even learns to forgive mankind. He's sleeker, he's more lighter, he's a fighter. And that's what makes him so good. And that's what I like about his character development. Well, thank you guys. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and have a good day. Bye.